Good morning and welcome to another episode of Tom's Gadget Garage. Today I am here with the single motor Emove Cruiser V2 to see if this scooter has what it takes to make it up our extreme hill climb test. Now the hill that we're going to be going up today is the steepest publicly accessible road in the Phoenix metro area with grades over 23%. So the question is, does this 52 volt 1000 watt scooter have what it takes to make it to the top? Now I'm going to tell you right now that a lot of single motor scooters that I've tested on this hill do not have what it takes to make it up. And that's not a ding on those scooters. I mean, 23% is absolutely no joke. But the good news here is that Voro Motors does offer both a single and dual motor version of this scooter. So if you're going to be living in a place that's got a ton of hills, the dual motor version may be more appropriate for you. But let's go ahead and see if we can make it up to the top today. Morning. All right, so throttle is all the way in. We are currently making our way up. This is a steep section, but it does get steeper as we get higher up the mountain. All right, steepest section coming up. Right now, throttle's all the way in, and we are cruising around at about 9-10 miles an hour. We are literally maxing out this scooter right now. 1400 watts of power that I'm seeing on the screen right now. Here we go. This is the steepest section. Does the Emove Cruiser V2 have what it takes? Morning. Hello. Good morning.
Hey, little photo shoot.
Yes. All right. It is struggling mightily here. 1100 watts, 1000 watts. All right, I don't know. This isn't even the steepest section yet. Okay. All right, folks. Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna make it up here today. So this is a little much for the single motor version of this scooter. And I'll tell you right now that, the dual motor version is gonna be the one that's probably gonna be the most appropriate for this. But as you can see, this is super steep. Right up ahead, it gets up to 23% grade. And so, we made it partially up the mountain. But, something like this is going to be a little much for most single motor scooters. Anyways, as I was mentioning, Voro Motors does offer a dual motor version of this scooter that has 60 volts. And you could also get an upgrade kit for the single motor version of this scooter, which will take your 52 volt scooter to a dual motor version. And so that's definitely available for them. I think it's like $500. Anyways, coming down here, give us a good opportunity to test out these X-Tech brakes here. These particular brakes are a hybrid in that they are cable actuated as well as hydraulic. So you get both with this scooter. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cruise around here, see if we can tackle another one of the hills around this area. That's the steepest side, but there's some other steep sections that we can test this scooter on. All right, so that's Saddle Rock. It's going to be another steep one up ahead. Not going to be nearly as intense as the 23% grade, but we'll go ahead and try it out here. Cliffside Drive. All right, this is another steep one. We are cruising along at about, looks like 10 miles an hour or so. Making our way up this. Throttle's all the way in. Slowing down a bit. Go to a stop sign here. Yeah, and we are clear. And then coming up and over. You know, these grades here are between, you know, for the steepest sections, between 15 and 20% grade. And we're able to make it up this, no problem, and it flattens out a bit. I've never actually ridden up this side of the mountain. Really nice views of the Phoenix metro area out there. Okay, and we are slowing down considerably and it gets really, really steep again. So 15 to 20% grades with a 200-pound rider are definitely doable, but as soon as you get into that, you know, 20+% grade, things get a little hairy. As you can see, beautiful views of the Phoenix metro. You got downtown Phoenix out there, you got uptown, you got the airport out there. Way out in the distance, you're probably not going to see it on the camera, those mountains back there. There's some antennas at South Mountain. That's where we do our endurance hill climb test, which, by the way, this scooter passed with flying colors. You know, that has 10 to 12% grades, and we made it up there really quite easily, and had plenty of battery in reserve, which is huge because it's 17.5 miles of mountain riding. Anyhow, that's our Emove Cruiser V2. I'm gonna go ahead and start heading back down the mountain. I was surprised there are so many people out and about today. Normally there aren't very many folks out, but this is, once again, best time of year in the Phoenix metro to be out and about. Beautiful weather. All right, another little test of our brakes here. Like I mentioned, dual disc brakes, X-Tech hybrid hydraulic, and yeah, these are providing more than enough stopping power, especially with me and the fact that this is a heavy scooter. Go ahead and pump these brakes. I don't want to overheat them and glaze them over. But one of the things that I really like about this scooter is the fact that it's so stable. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's got really wide handlebars and really good overall geometry to it. So, you know, this scooter, even at its top speeds, you don't even have an inkling of speed wobble, which is really important for me because speed wobble is an absolute nightmare when you experience it, and it can be very dangerous. So probably one of the best words to describe this scooter is going to be forgiving. It is a very forgiving platform. You know, I think it's great for, you know, people upgrading from, you know, their first commuter scooter, even all the way up to advanced riders. You know, it's just a great platform to just cruise around and explore your city on. If you haven't caught it, I did do a full-length range test on it. You know, no big surprise here, but this is the best performing scooter from a range perspective that I've ever tested on the channel. So I will include a link up above as well as in the description below. So if you want to check that out, you'll have it. So there's part of Camelback Mountain right up ahead. And now directly in front of us is the mountain. Right at the top there. There's probably a bunch of folks out there taking pictures. Probably one of the best hikes in the Phoenix metro area. So yeah, with the single motor version of this scooter, you know, moderate hills are not going to be a problem. It's only when you get to the exceptionally steep stuff, you know, like this 20+% grade, you know, if you're way 200 plus, you know, you're going to struggle getting up that. Because as you can see, you know, the 23% grade was too much for us today. But I would say anywhere from, you know, 10 to just shy of 20% grades, you should be good to go. All right, here's a little speed run for us. Kind of end our video there. Woo! Super stable. Love it. All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for our video today. Let me know what you think. And if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, thank you so much for tuning into Tom's Gadget Garage. We'll see you next time.